Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Gun07 once more, and this is gonna be part two of my little WWE rant video. And here we go. And I hate recording off my iPod. It's only an 8 GB iPod Touch, and doesn't give me a lot of space to record a lot. So it's probably could be another short video, but well, I better get started. Uh, well, in the first part. If you've seen the video, I just talked about like the Attitude Era, the PG era, the differences, um, what they need to change, um, what I think the PG era is doing to today's wrestling, to the WWE, how it's affecting it, and I also talked about John Cena, Randy Orton, and Kane, and their characters, their wrestling characters, and how and how what needs to be done to their characters to make them more interesting. Can't even talk. To make them more interesting and make the storylines, their storylines and storylines around them and with other wrestlers more interesting. So this part, I want to talk about The Rock coming back to WWE last year and his match against John Cena at WrestleMania and the year build up they had to that match, to that feud, if you could say it was a feud. It was a good build up. Uh, at first, when they said it was gonna be until a year later, when they said the match was gonna take place until next year WrestleMania, WrestleMania 28 in Miami, I was like, what? Um, I was like, what? I want to see it now, but I'm kind of glad they did that now because yeah, they did build up that match good and it it, it um it gave us old school Attitude Era fans something to look forward to. And of course, it gave a whole new generation of wrestling fans, um, uh, a good uh, rock match experience. I'll put it like that. It gave them a good. Basically, what I'm saying is, wrestling fans who've never seen The Rock wrestle before, they got to see The Rock wrestle, and they got to see what he was all about. And I thought that was good. So a whole new generation could see what The Rock's all about, and they could still keep admiring, today's wrestlers or John Cena or whoever. I do kind of think it was a little unfair that they brought The Rock back, and they basically let him trash on John Cena, because John Cena, worked his ass off all these years to get to the top. But then again, for WWE to give John Cena so much power and to have his character like just on top of the WWE and the face of the WWE, um, it's kind of bullshit. So I'm glad that they brought The Rock back and they basically uh, he basically you know just came in and took over and gave the old school wrestling fans and today's wrestling fans a little taste of the Attitude Era. And of course, for the old school wrestling fans, it was we were basically reminiscing, the days of The Rock and being on the mic and in the ring. And for the new wrestling fans, like I said, that was a new experience for them. And so even though in a way I kind of think it was, I was like, damn, how could they do that to John Cena, the main guy? I'm glad they did that. And of course, I was rooting for The Rock, and if The Rock would have lost at WrestleMania, I would have been pissed off. But at the same time, it would have been cool. At the same time, if The Rock did lose, because that was The Rock saying, okay, he passed the torch to John Cena just like Hulk Hogan did to The Rock at WrestleMania 18, 10 years ago. So either way, I think it would have been okay, and it would have been good for business. But I'm glad The Rock won. And honestly, I was a little I always been like disappointed with The Rock that he left the WWE. He could have been in the WWE all these years, day in day out. He could have still been wrestling, had a bunch of more classic matches with different wrestlers, and I I always had this disappointment of him leaving to Hollywood and making movies. But you know, everybody has different desires in life, and while The Rock, he accomplished so much in the WWE in his 7 years, I believe he was there. So, he decided to go to Hollywood. And, well, I gotta respect that. I gotta respect that, and well, at least he took the initiative to come back. From time to time. Maybe not like Stone Cold. Stone Cold came back more than The Rock, and he's still coming back right now. But and of course, after The Rock came back a few times, the last time he was in WWE, he came back for WrestleMania 20 to team up with Mick Foley for the Rock and Sound Connection, and yeah, well, after that we didn't see him for years, so that was kind of disappointing too. Me being a Rock fan, but I respect for what he's doing, and even though as much as I wanted to see him all these years in the WWE ring, um, you know, I'm glad that he's doing what he's doing, and I like watching his movies, except Tooth Fairy and all those little kid movies. But most of his movies are good, so um, I respect that he's doing that. And, well, I'm just glad that at least he came back and he had this awesome match with John Cena. And I just hope he keeps coming back, or he doesn't take so many years to come back. And I hope he has another match soon, maybe by SummerSlam in August, which I already have my ticket. So I hope he he comes to LA and he has another match at SummerSlam. Hopefully it's Brock Lesnar. All right, moving on. Next wrestler I want to talk about is Brock Lesnar. Another another wrestler that came in to WWE. Didn't have many years in WWE like The Rock. Brock Lesnar was, I believe, only around like 2 years and a half in the WWE, but he accomplished a lot in those 2.5 years. And I respect Brock Lesnar, and I respect him, and I've been a fan of his. You know, I've been a fan of his since he debuted in the WWE. And he's a good wrestler. He gives off that intimidation, presence, and so by him coming back, I was glad too, because it kind of gave, like I said, the old school wrestling fans something to enjoy in today's WWE, and they gave this new generation, you know, they gave this new generation this chance to experience Brock Lesnar in the WWE. I'm sure there's a lot of fans that are familiar with Brock Lesnar because of UFC, but I'm sure there are a lot of them that never saw Brock Lesnar in the WWE 10 years ago. So 9 years ago. So I thought that was a good move by WWE. And well, of course, Brock Lesnar obviously he had to quit UFC, because of his health, or that's what I heard, which was a smart move by him too, and he still getting paid a shitload of money. Uh, but the thing is, I thought when Brock Lesnar came back, he was gonna come back full time, but apparently he's not. I think he's just gonna make appearances here and there and wrestle here and there. But it's cool, As long, I think he's gonna be around for a longer time, even more than The Rock. So that's great, and I think it's great for business. It's great for the WWE right now, which needed something fresh again, even if it was going back to the old school. And well, I just hope they keep Brock around for a while, and they get him involved in some cool storylines, and some cool matches.